Hi, what's up, you guys? How you doing? Shout out to Mother Wendy. We're gonna get started right on with Zatima, episode 20 and 21. Episode 20 is called Dear Mama. These are country conversations with Diva D. Get the likes up, like, comment, share, and subscribe. So let's get right on into it. Zatima and Zach are with the doctor. And Zach is like, my mom ain't gonna make it. And she's like, well, we've done all we can do. And she suggests that they remove in a nice way that she's gonna be on life support and the machines are breathing for her. And Zach asks the doctor if he could see his mom, and she's like, of course you can. And then Jeremiah said, but no, you can't see my mom. Y'all trying to kill my mom. And when I tell you this brother is acting his ass off these last couple episodes, and I'm referring to Jeremiah, don't know his real name, but I'm gonna call him Jeremiah. And he's like, well, this motherfucker, he killed my mama anyway. Giving back to the money, giving her the money. And he tells Donnie, if she was white, you do everything you could for her. And then she was like, well, we did. And then he threatens Zach, and then he threatens the doctor, and the doctor says, well, I'm not going to put up with this. I will call security. And then before she got security out of her mouth, Zach knocked the fuck out. And then she was like, and he apologized to the doctor, and the doctor was like, well, if you hadn't knocked his ass out, I was going to call security, and they would have done it for me. Zach is still blaming himself. He said if I hadn't given her that $500, then, she would still be with us. And then Fatima was like, you can't say that because your mother is on the good drugs. So, it's no way that you can predict, something like that is going to happen. And he continues to cry. And then here comes Billy in their rude way that they do. And she's like, well, I need to speak to you. It ain't real rude, but they all with that fancy voice. I need to speak to you about the bill. And then she was like, Fatima was like, well, ma'am, we can go outside and talk about that. And then she said, excuse me, who are you? And Fatima lied and said, I'm his wife. And she tells her, once they get outside, she tells her, well, what we can do about the bill, and life support is very expensive. And then Fatima's like, well, we know, we just need some more time. I know Zach paid for the night. Yeah, he did. But that check bounced, ma'am. And Fatima tells her, just give him time. We're going to get you your money. Yeah. Well, I mean, can you hurry a little bit, because we're gonna need that bad, and life support is definitely not cheap. So that's $18,000 a night. So can you talk to Mr. Zach, and cause I forgot Zach now, Mr. Taylor. That's right. Can you tell Mr. Taylor that we are going to have to come up with some kind of agreement, because like I said, we're gonna soon need that bag. And right there and there, we know how business operates. And poor Miss Gladys, I don't know if she, well, what they should have explained is that they keep talking about her check, and I'm assuming it's like a Medicare check, like federal Social Security, and with Social Security, with our good government, and you pay your whole life for that, Social Security pays for your medical bills at least 80%. So 80% of that $18,000 a night was paid, as far as I'm concerned. However, this is a show. But they keep talking about the check. But those of us who are very well versed in how Social Security work, we know that they come together. Bryce goes to see Angela, and Bryce says, I need to talk to Zach about my money. And he's being very, very belligerent. Almost as belligerent as Jeremiah's ass over there knocked out on the floor. And he's like, I counsel froze. Let me speak to Fatima. So Angela acquiesces and calls Fatima, and she says, well, how's his mom? And Fatima's like, well, it's not looking good. And then she says she's on life support. And what can I do for you? You know, and Angela's like, not right now, not right now. And he's all in the background being very insensitive, and he wants to go to the hospital. And Angela talks him out of it. And he said, well, what about our money? What about our money? And Zach did something. I know he did. And he's not thinking. It's being a jackass. Back at the hospital, Jeremiah and Zach commences to argue over the life support. He's like, it's because of you. It's because of you that she's in this condition anyway. And then Zach politely says, we're going to have to sign the papers. I ain't signing up on anything. You trying to kill my mama. She's breathing. Can't you see? Ooh, baby, when I tell you that acting right there, when I tell you, I know how he felt in that moment. I don't care if he is a dopehead on this show. I felt that he loved his mama in that moment. And that's exactly what he was supposed to do. And he's like, well, we're going to have to sign the paper. Don't you realize that? He's like, don't you realize that this is not living? This is, the machines are breathing for. She is alive. Can't you see? And he's like, that's not living. That's not our mom over there. And he's like, Mom, Gladys, can't you see this bitch over here trying to kill you? And Zach says, is it the check? Do you just want her check? Because you know her check is gonna get cut off eventually when they find out that she's incapacitated. He's like, it's not, this is my mama, man. And he starts to cry. And he's like, I just know I'm not taking my mama off this life. I want my mama to live. And Fatima's outside, and she runs into Tweedledee and Tweedledum. And Nate and Tony ask about Gladys, and they tell her that, you know, Gladys had, you know, put Zach through some hard times. And Fatima says, he told me something about it. And they ask her, do you think that she's going to make it? And he says, Fatima says, as far as I know, it's looking real bad. And I don't think she is. And Nate says, well, I want to apologize to you because of my attitude towards you. And I really, really see that you are the woman for Zach. Because all those other chicken head, oh yeah, they give him good head, but I mean, you know, they wouldn't have been here for him like this. And Tony's like, always get right there, and then you go too far with shit. Right? And so Tony tells her, you know, I got to get back to the barbershop, but can I get your phone number? And then she says, well, you can put it in your phone. And at that moment, Nate is like, well, I'm going to need it. No, not you. We just now barely lukewarm, so you can get the phone number from him. And he will tell you what's going on. Tony puts in the phone number and Tony leaves. But before that, Nate is trying to, you know, be nice as he can with his asshole tendencies. And he asked her for a hug. And she's like, nigga, you got some nerve. You being sorry in this moment is an action. In other words, she's saying you're going to have to show and prove. Because I believe that you had something to do with setting up that fake-ass profile with old girl over there, the snake, Blue. And he's like, no. Now, me and her, we just bumping uglies. I promise I didn't have anything to do with the dating profile. And she was like, well, cool. But we ain't cool like that yet. And then he leaves, and Zach comes back out, and he asks her, you know, what should I do? And she's like, well, I can't tell you what to do. He said, you know, my mama brain dead. And she was like, is there any sign of life? And he said that, no, the machines are living for. And then Fatima just tells him that she's there for him, and she refuses to give him any advice. But deep down inside, she knows that the answer is for them to sign the papers. Sign my papers, give my divorce. That's over there on DC. Baby, when I tell you Winter did that, it just reminded me when I said sign my papers. And baby, I got that on my playlist, and I tell you, I love that song. Sorry, I got off on a tangent there. Let me get back to the show at hand. Y'all know when DC coming back? I want DC to come back, don't y'all? But anyway, Fatima, Fatima goes home with Zach, and there is Deja outside. And she tells Fatima and Zach, y'all look like this. And then they was like, okay, we know we're going through a lot of stuff. And then she apologized. I'm so sorry. My rent is late, and can you give me, an extension? And he's like, don't worry about that right now. I got a lot of shit going on, so I don't need this. And she's over there. She's like, well, can a sister come in?